Hi, and welcome to Cinema Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today is the continuation of Sharkathon. So, Sharkathon is 27 shark movies leading on up to Shark Week, the beginning of Shark Week. So that is a new movie every single day through the month of July, leading on into Shark Week. So, yay! Alright, so today we are talking about Open Water 2, aka Adrift, aka, spoiler, the shark movie that has no sharks in it. Yes, I watched this film thinking, okay, open water, shark movie, definitely has sharks on it. There's sharks on the cover and everything. I was like, definitely gonna be a shark movie. There's no actual sharks in this film. Warning. No actual sharks in this film, CGI or otherwise, unless of course you count that stupid floaty that we see. Anywho, the story of it is basically a group of friends are coming together in order to celebrate one of the individuals' birthdays, so yay, happy birthday. And they're going on their friend's yacht, so their friend is much more successful than the rest of them. It's a collection of characters throughout, one of which is a young woman who has her husband and their new baby girl there, which, yeah, the baby's adorable, but it's going to be important, So their friend has a yacht, and their friend also has a hot blonde hanging out with him on said yacht, and of course, they're going out, they're having fun. It's also apparently important to mention that the young mom is terrified of the water. We did see through flashbacks her father figure, what have you, died in the water in front of her. It's never quite explained what happened there, if he just drowned, if he, I don't know, had a heart attack in the water. I don't really know. He just kind of died. We didn't see a shark there. I was thinking for sure, like, oh my god, he got killed by a shark. No, he just kind of died. Whatever. He drowned, he died. It was very upsetting, and that has mentally scarred her for life. So, as we see, she can't even get on the boat without having a life jacket on. And she's not interested in getting in the water. Well, everyone else is. So basically, everyone, with the exception of the owner of said yacht and the young mother, are all in the water. They're checking on her baby. She's talking about the baby. Really cute stuff, catching up with an old friend. And then they get outside, and they're watching everyone in the water. And her friend decides that he's going to help her overcome her fear. Which, I will tell you, I have had this happen to me more than once before, but I don't have the crippling fear of water that this chick does. So basically, she's lifted up and he jumps into the water holding her. Mind you, she still has her full life jacket on. However, she goes virtually catatonic as soon as she hits the water. And everyone is very concerned about her. Everyone's very pissed off at their friend for doing this to her. And they all want to get her out of the water. That's when they realize that there's no ladder on the side of the yacht. And their friend, who apparently owns said yacht, can't tell them how they're supposed to get back up out of the water. So the baby does start to cry. They can hear it through the monitors, and that's a big reason that it snaps Mom out of her fear. And for the next leftover part of the film, it's literally this group of adults trying to figure out a way to get out of said water and get onto the boat, or to signal for someone to come help them. However, these friends turn against each other so many times in the next following scenes. It's crazy that one individual would care more about his boat not getting damaged and accidentally stab his friend. Yeah, that's right. There are several deaths that take place in Open Water 2. Not a single one of them is shark related. Of course, they mention sharks enough. They're all scared of sharks popping up. Not a single shark pops up in this entire thing. So, of course, they try climbing up. It's too slippery. They can't do it. They try to take all of their clothes and tie them together and form a way to pull themselves up. Which, by the way, why would you send a guy to pull themselves up on the rope of clothes? Why not send one of the much smaller females that weighs quite a bit less, that the clothing might be able to support better? Just saying. Just saying. Anywho, it comes down to it, and after all of the possibilities that they can think of have been resolved, one of them pulls out a knife that he had stashed in his shorts, and he is going to stab up the boat and climb his way up to the top. Of course, the owner of said boat is not going to let that happen, and a little bit of a struggle ensues. Well, during this struggle, his friend gets stabbed. Yeah, you stabbed your friend. So, of course, he's losing a lot of blood. He's in open water. There's no way that anyone's going to be able to help them. So, of course, the father of the child decides that he is going to try to dive underneath the boat in order to try to find some sort of a hatch there. However, he hits his head. He now has a skull fracture, brain injury. His head is kerfluffled, basically. They think it's a skull fracture. We don't know 100%, but he has quite a head injury. He does have a little bit of bleeding going on there, and it's not good. It's not good. So, continuing throughout, it's just watching these characters drop like flies until we get down to where it is just the young mother and the owner of the yacht are the only two that are still remaining out of the bunch. So they do end up finding a way onto the yacht. There's this horrible storm that's coming through. The young mother is able to actually be reunited with her child. Yeah, I'm spoiling the ending. This movie sucked. I don't really care. I'm sorry. But she is reunited with her child, which that should be the ending there. However, her friend, I don't know if he's still struggling with the guilt, the fact that a number of people that he supposedly cared about are now dead because of him partially, or what. But he decides to stay out in the water instead of climbing on the perfectly good stairs that have just been lined up for him. So instead, he goes farther out into the water. Mommy Dearest, instead of staying with her child, decides to instead dive into said open water during a storm. And, yeah, so we're left with two very confusing endings. One of which we see, I believe it's the morning after the storm, and a small boat is alerted to this yacht, and here's the baby over the monitor crying. And there's no sign of either of the adults. Then it's almost like you blink, and there's a second ending where both of the adults are alive and there's no baby crying. I mean, they're dead. I'm going to say it right now. They're dead. They're stuck in something. I don't know, where they're just imagining that they made it out alive. They're dead. They're wholeheartedly dead. These characters made so many bad decisions in this one film. So many things. I don't care about a boat. When it comes down to a number of people surviving and screwing up the finish of a yacht that you may have stolen from your boss, what is really more important here? Let's just weigh those options, shall we? I'll tell you, Open Water Adrift was horrible. It was not a good film. Very upsetting when you look at some of the cast. pretty well-known B-rate and television actors and actresses. I gotta tell you, very disappointed by this. The script's not good. It's not good. I said it. But yeah, please do give me a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell me whether or not I'm wrong. Do you love Open Water to Adrift? Tell me why. Tell me down in the comment section below. This is a continuation of Sharkathon, guys, so please do subscribe to my channel for more of that and more film content in general. Also, tomorrow, please do cue in for Open Water 3. Which in my opinion is the best out of all three of them, and I will tell you why when we get to that review. So that is it for this episode. I'm your host, Caitlin, and yeah, please do check us out for the next installment of Sharkathon. Bye.